Kind of finding, what our identity has to be, offensively and defensively. Defense, we have to be a team that gets stops. We switch 1 through 5, so keeping the ball in front of us, like we have, has been good. Obviously, we need to rebound better.
Yeah.
Keep them from offensive rebounding. If we do that, they will be very, very, very good. And then on the offensive end, is just playing fast. Obviously, getting Jamal in his spots and then being ready to fill in everything else.
Is there anything that you guys can learn in particular from the rebounding gap in that last game? Is it just like having an eye for long rebounds, that kind of thing?
No, it's just about positioning yourself in the correct spot. When we're switching 1 through 5, that means that we have usually smaller guys on bigger dudes, which could sometimes mean 2 smaller guys doubling. Really, we have to make sure we keep the bigger guys from being so close to the rim.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it comes down to. It comes down to all of us trying to come back and get that rebound. So it's easier said than done because it is a tough task, especially when you have a 7-foot guy, 6'10" guy, and all of us are a little smaller, and Zeke's out on the guard contesting.
Yeah.
Trying to find a way to get that guy away from the rim and let somebody else get the rebound, essentially.
Right. And then kind of a big picture thing about Nicole, I was curious for your perspective because there's, especially coming out of the finals last year, I feel like there was almost this perception of ho-hum, does he even like basketball that much? You come in and join this team, you get to see him up close, see him behind the scenes. What is kind of your perspective been on kind of the work that he puts in behind the scenes, the actual care that he does have toward basketball in spite of maybe what the public sees?
Even before I get here, the public, I guess, sees what they want to see.
Yeah.
For a man to win MVP and his team to win a championship, he has to care about basketball. It's that simple to me. For him to do what he does each and every night, he has to care to some extent. If he didn't care, he wouldn't. Knowing Jokic's personality, if he didn't care, then he wouldn't. He just wouldn't do anything. So that first. And secondly, Jokic gets to work in. He was in the gym yesterday. We just played the day before. He's in the gym yesterday, getting his work in, making sure he gets his touches, making sure he's feeling good to come into his next game because he understands how important this is, and that shows that you care.
Yeah. Have you done any workout stuff in the gym specifically with him, or observe sort of the stuff that he does?
I've watched him. I don't work out with him. I let him do his own thing. You gotta let him get what he needs.
Anything that impresses you just about what he can do?
It's just stuff in the games.
Yeah.
Period. Left, right, everything. Anyway, you need a bucket. Jokic scores, but the thing again that we all love about him is how unselfish he is. And he does all these things, scores all these points, but he gets everybody else involved as well. And I think that's very, very important for a team to be good, not just have a MVP caliber player as far as just scoring goes.
Justin, have you seen any big differences with just more confidence?
It's just more and more years, in the league and understand. Figure it out. That's what it comes down to. Obviously, he's always been talented, always been very, very athletic. But he approaches the game, he's trying to kill whoever's in front of him every time he comes out there. And that's the way I believe you're supposed to do it. In that he understands the spots, he knows what he's looking for now. And it's not just like a free-for-all, I'm just go ahead and do whatever. He sees he's more efficient in his movements, more efficient in what he does, and he still has that super athleticism, which is hard to stop.
Did you see the dunk last night?
Of course, yeah.
What do you think?
It's hard. There's nothing you can do about that. It's crazy to think about he can come down and jump from almost anywhere and punch it. So it's what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do to stop that? And there's not much, obviously, Collins could have did, or anybody could have did, I guess, to stop that play from happening.
Do you remember the AG putback dunk?
Of course.
Was that one or that Ant one more impressive?
That Ant one's more impressive.
Yeah. Why?
That AG's dunk was very, very, very impressive. But again, where Ant took off on the fast break from the dotted lines off 2 feet with the guy in front of him. Usually a guy would Euro step or do something to get around. He's like, no, I'm going to just jump over you. That's crazy.